President Hakainde Hichilema has been attending most, if not all, traditional ceremonies, especially this year. So different sectors of society have been giving in their 2 cents with regard to this activity. But as of recent, the president stated why he has been doing that. And I'll show you what the president had to say about him going across the country attending these traditional ceremonies. Because even right now, as this broadcast is going on, the president is live. Is in Namwara district, Southern Province, attending a traditional ceremony. And yesterday he was at another traditional ceremony. So pretty much most of the traditional ceremonies have been attended, if not all. At least as we wind up going towards the end of 2024, we only have 2 months to go to that, if not less than that now at this point. So this is what the president had to say as reported by the news diggers. So the president says, they lied to me in Lusaka, Hakainde Hichilema. I'm attending ceremonies to hear problems directly. So he says that's his strategy for him to hear what the people have to say in different sections of the country or in different districts. Because the people in Lusaka here lie to him. And as you can assume, this is the executive that is referring to here, because that's what the president is in charge of. That's cabinet and obviously an element of parliament to that. So he says those around him lie to him in that regard. Based off that newspaper headline, what is court convicts Kamono farm directors for fraud and fines them 530,000 kwacha. So with regard to the Kamono farm project, I'm sure you must have heard of it. Should have been a year now. The case has been in court. What is State Council says we have been electing bad people. Sangwa, that's John Sangwa, State Council there on the same headline. And then the PF MP has responded to the president with that headline that you see there. So Brenda Nyerenda, a member of parliament, wrote saying, this screaming headline forces us to remind you, Mr. President, that the country has elected leaders from all these places you are trotting to. So simply referring to say they are members of parliament and they've been communicating, so he didn't need to go on the ground and say that, according to that article. She says, firstly, it was wrong it was wrong to go outside the country for 101 trips, then start hopping from one ceremony to another to gather data. Situation analysis is supposed to be conducted immediately one enters into office. All the programs one makes are supposed to be done according to the findings. Parliament plays a very vital role in bringing issues to the fore. Stop curtailing opposition members of parliament in the House when they raise these issues of national importance. So that's what she says. The members of parliament have been doing their part, presenting most of the issues that the president is now doing data collection for. But she says they are curtailed there. So that's a response to the president stating he's going through all these traditional ceremonies for him to gather the information, the reflection of the situation on the ground in reality. And obviously the PF went doubled down on the same headline. The PF said he won't fire liars because he tells bigger lies himself, according to the Patriotic Front there. So these are some of the highlights from most of the ceremonies that the president has been attending. They've been very colorful. What is in Botswana, newly elected president of Botswana has reinstated Ian Khama's state security, pensions and benefits with immediate effect. Khama will be compensated for everything he lost during Mrs.'s time. Khama won a court case in the High Court to have his constitutional benefits restored, but the government appealed and won the case in the Court of Appeal. Khama criticized the judgment that it overturned the High Court decision regarding to his retirement benefits, including the official transport security details and international trips, calling it political. So as you can see, that landslide victory in Botswana with the endorsement of Ian Khama has brought its benefits. So the PF posted that, trying to obviously allude to an element of Edgar Lungu in that regard. More images from the president's traditional ceremony trips. As I told you, they've been very colorful. When you get to see these pictures, that's when you appreciate our culture as a nation and norms across the nation. Whilst Stephen Kampyongo in Parliament had an exchange with the Vice President, Taylor Mango, who's the leader of Parliament Business. So this is what happened. When we were Nalumangonomics start working, or start to work, people are tired, stressed, and hungry. Honorable Kampyongo asks Vice President Nalumango. Shiwangandu, member of Parliament, Stephen Kampyongo, yesterday, questioned Vice President Nalumango on government's handling of Zambia's economic challenges. With the cost of living continuing to rise, Kampyongo passionately urged the Vice President to explain when the Nalumangonomics, the administration economic strategy, would be implemented to address the hardships facing citizens. So that was the exchange. Heading to October 18th, National Day of Prayer, Kampyongo reminded the United Party for National Development, who is now in power, that the absenteeism Zambians saw from the event during their time of in opposition was unnecessary. Obviously referring to when the UPND used to shun the Day of National Prayer. Then we went back to the economic conversation. Realities. Kampyongo highlighted that the growing financial strains on Zambian households has expressed concern over the rising prices of essentials, escalating cost of monthly food basket, which is estimated to be now families of about 10,000 kwacha. So that's the exchange that happened between the Vice President and Stephen Kampyongo in Parliament, where he's simply saying, yo, when are the economic strategies going to kick in? What is Edith Nawakwi is in court, as you may be aware by now. So one of the court cases that she has, as reported by Kalemba here, Nawakwi says she has 75 witnesses for a sedition case. FGD leader Edith Nawakwi says that she has 75 witnesses to help prove that President Hakainde Hichilema was silencing youth who expressed opposition to him. Nawakwi was on Friday found with a case to answer in a matter in which she is charged with a seditious practice over the utterance she made after a one-day disappearance of fugitive Petauke Central Member of Parliament Emmanuel J. Banda. So Principal Resident Magistrate Irene Wishima said the state had established a prima facie case against her, and she needed to prove her assertions that President Hakainde Hichilema had a hand in the disappearance of JJ on May 25th, 2024. And Nawakwi is alleged to have provoked citizenry to make President Hakainde Hichilema explain the whereabouts of Banda, who was nowhere to be seen on the said date, in an act of aim to raise discontent among Zambian people. Nawakwi is also accused. Nawakwi also accused President and his government, together with Inspector General of Police, Gwafeo Musamba, of targeting young opposers like Jane Chisenga. That's a member of Parliament. If you remember, the one that has spoken against the president, to say the president was lying in Parliament, and then also Banda, who's the JJ Banda, to instill fear and insecurity, fuel discourse. So according to the law enforcement, these words were aimed to bring government into contempt and causing it to be loosed by citizenry. Her lawyer stated in her defense, so posted as the court case proceeds. What is part of the UPND must get serious in a way, according to the mass newspaper there. This is a screaming headline in that. More images from the president's traditional ceremony. Sunday Mail says, "We are here to work for you," as President Hakainde Hichilema, and then he's aware of the difficulties the nation is going through. Choose your leaders carefully. This is attributed to a president's statement earlier on. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen.